I'm going to just go through these 3 sections now, and then we're going to break them down and unpack some stuff that I hope will really, really be able to transform your daily approach to your writing. And that, of course, is what's going to then impact hugely on your whichever form of success you are looking to create in your life. So, firstly, ignite your why. I'm going to unpack all of these. Ignite your why. It says it exactly. It does exactly what it says on the tin there. It is, you have to go inside and become aware of what you're really wanting. What you're wanting from your writing. Why are you doing it? We often answer that question, and it's actually what's behind the need for the goal that is our why. Our goal could be, I want to have a song that everyone in the world is singing or something. Why is behind the what of your goal. So why is behind what is your goal. Ignite your why. We're going to get into this and have a look. Ignite your why. Then, and this is difficult, all of this stuff, none of this stuff is particularly easy, but it is simple. And if we can maintain them almost as mantras, believe me, the efficacy with which it will bring to your process and then your success will be profound. Engage patience. Playing the long ball as a songwriter, sort of putting all your energy into your very best day whilst completely surrendering the need for immediate success. That, in a nutshell, would completely revolutionize your the levity with which you approach your writing, which brings your best writing, because you're not needing from it too much, you're not grabbing at it, you're allowing flow. So, whilst also manifesting a daily process which will create volume of catalogue and quality of catalogue, which then in turn leads to success. That takes resilience, and it's playing the long ball rather than the needy desperation. I see it all the time. And it's understandable. I've felt it myself many times. I still do. So the neediness avails us nothing. It makes us grab at things, our ego kicks in, we get frightened, and fear will have its way. So engage patience. Engage, by the way, is an action. It does not mean sit back and go, hey man, whatever. It means we engage patience. So we do our very best work, but we engage, we actually employ patience. We say, no, I'm going to be patient here. I'm going to just do my best, let go, carry on. We know this is a long process. A writer's path is a journey. It's a lifestyle and a life's passion that we follow. Success will be along the way, but we are better always building the process than setting targets. So, thirdly, practice process. So we can have a process, but we never do it. So it's about employing and practicing the actual process. Okay, so our why, again, so many of us, and certainly so many other writers that I've worked with, think that their why is just, a global hit record, or I want a number 1, or I want to sign to a massive record company, or I want to, these are the kind of obvious ones, parts of which I've enjoyed and experienced, and they're great, and they are part of the journey, but they are not, I've discovered, my why. And the reason I discovered my why is when you don't have it, you have to find it. And it didn't ignite in me when it wasn't enough for me just to think, oh, come on. It didn't get me going again passionately, emotively, and with depth and the stirring my passion. When I just thought of the potential success that I could have if I applied myself to more music, it did not stir me. So the way I found my why was when I was lost without it. And in fact, my why is to connect with other people. I want to move other people. If you raise your hands, if that resonates with you guys, connecting, almost all of you, connecting with other people. I get goosebumps right now because I know that feeling so strongly, that when I write something that I want someone else to hear, to connect with, and to go, oh, me too, and he said that exactly the way I wanted to feel that emotion. That to me is why I do this. Not just listening to music, that's different. Why do I like music? Why did I like music when I was a teenager? All of that. But what's my why for making music? Connection. Now, we will all have different levels of each of these in our why, and more, by the way. This is just a snapshot of whys. But I'm going to ask you later on to consider your whys. You can please do take screenshots of this presentation. You're allowed to, and then print them out and get this covered in notes and pens and pencils and dig into yourself, because the answers to some of these questions will give you the power to say no to so many things and yes to so many other things, and they will set you on the path, the correct path, whilst always remaining hugely flexible on your journey, and that will then facilitate the process, and then your life as a writer is in motion. It doesn't necessarily, you're not aiming at just at one moment, you are in motion. There's a saying, it doesn't matter it doesn't matter how far you've gone, just if you're heading in the right direction. And when you find your why and ignite it, and by ignite I mean reaffirm it frequently so you remember why you're doing it, and it comes like a fuel, like the source of your natural and almost divine energy comes to you, whereby you go, oh, that's that, yeah. And then you'll write more, and we don't have to wait for that feeling. I'm going to get into this in a minute. So your why will come from different sources. Connection for me is very strong. When I remember that I want to move people, and I can think of actual individual people, you'll have heard me talk about that as a writer. I picture people and write to them or at them. So connection's hugely important. Financial security, we often it can really, really matter. Of course it does, our financial security. So we can make money out of songwriting. Fantastic. If we practice this and get good, and we can connect with people, and other people go, oh, I love that feeling when I listen to that song. That's not what they're thinking in those words, but that's what's happening. Then it can become a reality that we can have financial income and leading towards financial security and even wealth through songwriting. So that's a glorious aspect and I only say an aspect, to writing. What a wonderful reward for writing, for doing something that I so passionately need to do for connection. So it's secondary to me. It needs to be secondary. There's for the sake of my writing. Respect. We all like doing something well, don't we? And being seen to do something well. So the respect that you gain for yourself when you put in effort and watch yourself doing something well. And fortunately with writing, because we're so tough on ourselves, everyone here, I don't even need to ask for a show of hands, everyone is very tough on themselves with writing, because it's so damn hard. It is just so damn hard to say it's not hard to write anything, but to write something that absolutely reflects ourselves and perhaps others that we've collaborated with, it is difficult. It's joyfully difficult. But the result and the respect we can have for ourselves of a job well done in this area is huge, and of others, the respect of others. So respect can be it might be your biggest why. It might be that someone didn't respect you. You don't want to come from a negative place, but it might be that it's the one area in your life that you can shine. So that can be your why, and just simply the joy of making music. Never underestimate the playful power and the joy we get from, you'll have heard me say before, that the music to me is that the gateway to divine beauty, that